Terence Bud Crawford moving up to 154 against Israil Madrimov. Terence, how are you? Thanks for doing this.
Hey, I'm doing good, man. Just chilling out.
Where are you now?
I'm in Vegas.
Okay. Well, good to see you in Vegas. The footage is a little choppy. I don't know if you're moving away from Wi-Fi or you're not using Wi-Fi, but it's a little bit broken up.
All right, hold on. Let me see if it'd be better if I'm in the car.
Okay.
Hold on.
We'll give you a second there. But yes, that promo is fantastic. It should settle in. Should we reconnect?
Yeah, we'll reconnect with them.
Okay.
Is that better?
A little bit. Maybe you'll set. Are you on Wi-Fi or are you on?
No, I'm not on Wi-Fi.
Okay. Yeah, this is getting better. This is getting better. Great to talk to you, man. Thank you. Are you just sitting in the car and you put your seatbelt on just in case?
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. That promo was incredible, man. Have you watched the whole thing?
Oh yeah, sure. A couple of times.
What are you thinking when you see that?
Oh man, I just was happy that somebody took the time to put some effort into promoting the fight. Is dope.
Is there a part of you when you see that saying like, yeah, it's about time, like someone wants to tell my story, wants to get behind me? Like I've never really seen you presented that way before. Do you feel the same?
Yeah, for sure. I said it before. Something like that is so nice to see somebody take the time out to actually put a story together to promote a fight like myself.
How long did that take? Like how long did you have to shoot it for?
15 hours.
Serious? 15 hours?
Yes, 15 hours.
Were you annoyed? Were you bored?
It was cool. I was tired, but at the same time, I know it's for a good cause. It turned out wonderful, even though half of the stuff that we did there didn't get put on the scene, but that's part of making a commercial.
And were you around Israil a lot, or did you guys not actually shoot on the same day?
No, we actually shot on the same day.
Oh, was that weird?
No, not at all. He's a good guy. He's very respectful. He's quiet. We respect each other enough to know to turn on when and turn it off.
Okay, I lost you there, but I think you're back now. So all of this came as a result of your affiliation with Turkey Al Sheikh and this Riyadh season card, the first one outside of Saudi Arabia. Can I ask, how did this come about? How did you link up with him?
Well, we've been in contact with him for a little bit now, and he's been wanting to do business with me for some time now, and us going up in weight, looking for the best opportunity for myself at the next division. Israil had just came off of a spectacular win, and we actually wanted to fight for Dora for the first fight coming back, and he turned it down, so we had to go to the next option, and why not go to the number one guy in the division, and that's Israil.
And so this relationship with Turkey and Riyadh season, is it just for this fight or is it for multiple fights?
Well, we doing fight by fight.
Okay. And so far, are you happy with the way things are going?
Yes, for sure. Everything's been smooth selling so far, and I'm pleased with how the promotion's been going, the card that he put together, everything's been good so far.
You can make a strong case that this might be the best card in like the last 30 years in America, from top to bottom with all the names on it. It's really a who's who and not something that you often see in America. It actually reminds me a lot more of like a UFC card where every single fighter from top to bottom. I was just wondering your reaction when you saw like what they were presenting, the card on paper. What did you think when you saw that?
When I seen the card on paper, I was just like, man, this is crazy. and not only that, it's the fact that he was trying to put other people on the card as well.
Right.
Fights that didn't pan out to make it to the card, but that just goes to show what he's trying to do in the sport of boxing. Is bring the best fight cards, not just the fights. He's trying to bring the best fight cards back to boxing like the old days where HBO had so many talented fighters been fighting on the same card and whatnot.
Was the plan for you always after the Spence fight to move up to 54, or was that something that has materialized over time?
But initially, that was the plan. That was the plan from the get-go. 47 was hard. To me, I felt as if I struggled more making the weight than Spence did. A lot of people don't know that, but in the weigh-ins, I felt as if he made weight easier than I did.
And it seemed like everyone thought that, the rematch would happen right away because of the rematch clause. From your perspective, why didn't it happen?
I really can't say. I didn't hear anything from Team Spence or his handlers after the fight. So, everything just kind of went cold turkey.
Are you annoyed or, for lack of a better word, like, I don't know, just kind of frustrated that it's been a year between fights? Or is that what you wanted? Did you want to take a year off after that last fight?
Yeah, I was a little frustrated at first, but at the same time, there's nothing I can do. We was contracted to do a rematch, and we had so many months to get the rematch done. And if we didn't get it done in an amount of time, that the contract would be voided. So being that we wasn't able to get in touch with anybody or talk to anybody about the rematch, we just had to wait till the time came to where we can go and do our own thing.
Okay, so at this point, he can no longer, trigger a rematch. Like, that's done? That no longer
Yeah,
is... wow, okay. And are you surprised by that?
initially, I was surprised, but at the same time, I don't know what's going on over there on his side, so I really can't speak too much about the situation, because I don't know. I don't know what led him or his team to not want to fight or just, say forget about it and go talk cold turkey and not communicate. But like I always say, everything happens for a reason, and for that reason being, it didn't happen. I'm here now, and I'm looking forward to next week.
Do you think you're done fighting at 47? Like, it's now 54 or higher?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. And how familiar were you with Madrimov? Obviously, like you said, he had a great win in March on the AJ and Ngannou card. Is this someone that you've been watching? I know only 11 pro fights, but extensive amateur record. Have you been knowing him for a while, or did he just come on your radar?
Well, I'm not going to say that I've been watching him because I haven't been watching him to fight him. To say, did I know who he was? Yes, I did know who he was because I actually visited Uzbekistan before, a few years ago. And they presented me with the Sultan robe and treated me with the utmost respect because Uzbekistan is a big fight country. They love boxing, so they support all the top fighters. And they got an extensive amateur program over there, and I got to talk about Israel and was mentioned about him and things like that. And it's crazy because I never even thought that we ever
Yeah.
be in a ring together. But like I said, things happen and come back in full circle.
It's an interesting fight because I feel like now you're one of the faces of boxing, obviously one of the best fighters in the world. You're known worldwide. He isn't necessarily. So I wonder if, like, the casual fans who ask you, like, oh, who are you fighting next? And you tell them Israil Madrimov, will be like, who's he? The hardcores know who he is and know how tough he is, but you don't get, like, the same type of recognition that you do fighting a Spence or someone like that who's a lot more well-known. So it's like you took the toughest guy who may not be the most popular guy, so you don't get the same type of credit on the back end for beating the toughest guy. You know what I mean? Do you think about that sort of thing?
Yeah.
And have you noticed that as well, that you have to almost try to explain to people like, no, this isn't some can. This dude's the champ and is actually super, super tough.
Well, no, I don't feel like I need to explain anything to anyone. You know, if you're a fan of boxing, you need to go do your own research before you open your mouth. You know, that's what's wrong with a lot of people. You know, just because they don't know someone, that they dismiss the talent that person carries, or the level of skill that the person opposes. It's kind of like an artist or a football player or a basketball player. You know, you may not know him, but he's very talented, and you may, look at a basketball player and say, "Oh man, you pick this guy up." Or you may look at a rapper and be like, "Who is you, man? You can't rap." But then when you start rapping, you be like, "Hey, hold up,
Yeah.
this guy's kind of nice. He probably got some skills." Got to start somewhere.
I saw you front row at Smackdown on Friday, which was awesome. You and Cody Rhodes. How did that all come together? I know they were in Omaha, but how did it happen to where you were in the front row there?
The moves and the things that they did. So, of course, I'm going to be supported by my city and take my kids. They love it. And yeah, we did what we did, and then, we made history again.
Any chance, Floyd did it, had a match against the Big Show. Any chance of you actually having a match?
I don't know. I haven't really gotten to it that far, but to say that the experience was second to none, I must say, it was electrifying. I was actually nervous doing it.
Really?
Yeah, because it was just different. Like, all right, I'm gonna give him this chair. Go hit this dude with it. You know what I mean? But it was dope. It was a good feeling because, not only was it in my hometown, but it was live on WWE, and that's a big thing. It's a big platform.
Would you be open to it? Like if they say, hey, you want to do something? Like, is that something you would consider?
Probably. Probably.
That would be wild. Do you still watch it? Or when you were a kid?
Well, my kids still watch it here and there, so sometimes I catch it and watch it, with them. And, I'll see The Rock coming back and things like that, and John Cena and all those guys. And it'd be fun, watching Roman Reigns do his thing, and it just bring back memories to see my kids excited like I once was when I was a kid.
Did you get to go backstage with them?
Yeah, for sure.
That's the coolest when you see everyone back there and it's like, wow, you get to see like peek behind the curtain.
Yeah, see them prepping, and it's kind of funny because how we warm up and before we come through the tunnel and we getting ready for our big moment, it's the same way they do. So they getting mentally, physically, and emotionally ready to go entertain the crowd. So it's like, they amping themselves up and they just, getting their little sweat on and talking to themselves and getting in that mode. It's dope because, I know exactly how they feel.
Do your kids know that it's scripted? Because I took my kids backstage one time and they didn't know at the time. And then I saw like the guys like, going through things and I was trying to shield them from it so that they wouldn't find out that it's all scripted. Did yours know that?
No, they didn't until, they went back there.
Oh, wow.
Was able to speak. But they know all of it's not real, but a lot of it is real. Those guys, they deal with a lot of pain and agony and injuries just like us as fighters. I was talking to a guy there and I was just asking him the injury rate, and he said it's 100% injury rate. There's no way around it. There's going to be 100% injury rate that you're going to get hurt at some point. And I was just like, dang. And the level of toughness that you got to have to know that you're going to get injured one way or another to entertain these fans is dope. The things that people go through just to put a smile on the fans' face is amazing.
Yo, I saw a clip last summer of you wrestling someone like on a front lawn. You guys were like not doing pro wrestling, like more, like amateur wrestling.
My little cousin.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I had Demetrius Johnson, the former UFC champion, Mighty Mouse. He was on the show, and the clip had just come out. It had just surfaced, and he like broke it down, and he was so impressed with your hips. And I know that you've dabbled and your kids wrestle a little bit, but like you have what all the boxers who have talked about MMA don't have. Like you have that base. It's really impressive. And that was a year ago. I don't know if you've been keeping up with it. Do you still do it from time to time?
No, I don't try to because you can get injured playing around just doing crazy stuff. But at the same time, here and there, I mess around with my kids or a couple of friends and things like that. Because being around wrestling and going to their practices and being there, and your old wrestling buddies is coming to the gym because they got their kids or nephews or nieces wrestling at the same time. We tend to mess around a little bit here and there and challenge each other. But for the most part, be putting on my wrestling shoes and going out there practicing. I don't do none of that.
I know you had a send-off on Saturday, and Logan Paul showed up. I know you're sponsored by Prime. What was that like to get that again, to see all that love from your community as you head off to the West Coast?
Oh, it was dope. It was amazing. It turned out. Logan came up and showed a lot of support. The people was happy to see him. They was excited. The kids loved the Prime drink. They won a lot of pictures with Logan and myself, and it was just a cool environment for us to go out there and take pictures and mingle with the fans that look up to us.
Did you watch the Jake Paul fight on Saturday night?
I did.
What can I ask? As one of the best in the world, what'd you make of it?
I think, like I said in the interview, I think Jake is getting better. He may need to work on his stamina a little bit, but for the most part, I've gained a lot of respect for Jake because he's not a YouTuber that's just boxing just to box. He actually trains and actually want to get better and actually have got better and really putting his time, focus, and energy into boxing. So you got to respect that.
Yeah, and do you have interest in seeing him fight Mike Tyson?
No.
Why not?
I don't. I think Mike Tyson is, an icon in boxing, and he's done a lot for boxing in his own right. And I just think Mike is past his prime. Mike is old. I wouldn't want to see Mike go in the ring and get hurt on a fight where he's just doing it just for the money or entertainment. I just think, him having his problems, his health problems is another added reason why I don't want to see him in the ring anymore.
Jake says he could get a cruiserweight title in 2 years. Do you think he can?
It's possible. It's possible. Listen, man, a lot of people write Jake off, but Jake can punch with that right hand. He got a nice right hand. He's building himself up just like a regular boxer. People got to understand that. People look at Jake and say, well, Jake needs to fight me. Jake needs to fight me. Jake needs to fight me. Everybody's grabbing for the attention to fight Jake at this moment. But it's just like a professional boxer coming up in the rankings. They're not going straight to the champion. They're going to work their way up and fight the best fights that they can learn from. Not get beat, learn from. So right now, Jake is still in the learning process. He's only got, how many fights he got?
10.
He only got 10.
Yeah.
Well, 10 fights. He
Yeah.
got 10 fights. So, he's taking his time, and that's what he should do. Take your time, keep getting better, keep learning new tricks and things like that in the ring, and keep getting more experience. Then, sooner or later, once you start picking up the fights with better competition, then you'll be ready for those moments because you build the ring IQ, you build the stamina, you build everything that you need to know in those early fights to keep gradually getting better in the bigger and better fights.
Mm-hmm. 2 last quick topics, if I may. What would you like to see Shakur Stevenson do? What do you think his next step should be?
I would like to see him do exactly what he's doing now. That's keeping his name out there in the media and people talking about him. And then ultimately, I want to see him fight the best in the division. I want to see him unify the division and fight these guys that say he's not this great fighter that they think he is. I want to see those guys get in the ring with him.
Do you think he should sign with Matchroom?
I don't know. I don't know what type of deal Matchroom is giving him. I don't know what the offer is, but I just want him to do what's best for him.
Fair enough. And I've seen a bunch of interviews that you've done leading up to this one, and I know people ask you about Canelo, and I know you'll say you're just focusing on August 3rd, so I don't want to ask you the same question. But could I just ask hypothetically, because I said last week on the show, I am more interested right now in a potential Terence Crawford Boots Ennis fight than Terence Crawford versus Canelo. Am I crazy for saying that? Or
no, crazy. You're not crazy because that's your opinion.
Right.
That's your opinion, but at the same time, being where I'm at right now, I'm looking at the fight that makes the most sense, and that's not Boots. Canelo's going to bring way more to my legacy, way more to my bank account, because at the end of the day, when boxing is done with, what will we have?
Mm-hmm.
I want to have a legacy that's something that people talk about for the ages. And not only that, I want to have a bank account that will last for ages as well. So
I don't blame you. So is there a chance, if all goes well in the 3rd, that Canelo could be next?
Could be. We have to see.
Wow.
Have to see.
That would be something.
One fight at a time.
Where would that be? Where would that take place? Would that be would that have to be in Saudi, or would it be in Vegas, or?
I don't know.
Would that be your choice? I know it's one fight at a time, but if you can map it out, would that be your choice?
No, it would be everybody's choice. Canelo have to agree. I would have to agree. Turkey would have to agree because he'd be the one that's dishing out the money. So it'd be a lot of things, a lot of moving parts got to be involved in that fight.
What weight would that be at? Last question. If you can give me that, would it be 168? As high as that, or 160?
168.
Dang, you're gonna go from 54 to 68. You're gonna jump over 2 weight classes.
If that's the fight that's in front of me, then yes.
That's what the pound for pound king does.
That's all.
I love it. Well, first things first, good luck to you. Can't wait for it. August 3rd. What a scene it's going to be. BMO Stadium, DAZN pay-per-view. Always a pleasure to talk to you, Terence. All the best to you in the last couple of weeks of training camp. Appreciate it very much, and good luck to you on the 3rd of August. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it very much. Hey, if you like this video, give us the old thumbs up. Subscribe as well. You could get many more of these videos on the channel, so please do that. We would love you forever if you did so.